Go. Hi, Tracie. Good morning.
Morning, Maya.
Thank you for logging on. We're here to just go over what we've done a couple of weeks ago. We did a session together that I call Figure Eight, which I took you through a process of discovering 8 different aspects about yourself. And I was just hoping you can share a little bit about what that process was for you. Was that in a way that was unique for you? How would you describe that experience?
Well, at first, because I had to do some drawing, it was like, oh, I didn't really want to do some drawing. But when I looked at the shapes and looked at the shapes and stuff, I could actually quite easily see what that would represent for me. So it was actually it's quite an interesting and it was. Yes, I found it really interesting. What I became aware of, which has been a problem all my life, is I was quite low down on my priority list.
And so one of the aspects was talking about.
Yeah, one of the aspects. Yeah. So, and that's something that I've been, as a recovering people pleaser, there's still a bit of that there. So it was really good to have an awareness. Because I thought I'd actually probably left that behind. So it's really good to have that awareness that it is still there. I'm probably a bit higher up my priority list than I used to be, but it's still there. There are things I do put before myself, which
there's still a bit of work to do. And I think that's a really great lesson, because you've been in that field of personal development as well, and that it's an ongoing process.
It's a lifetime journey.
Exactly. So I guess that's one little takeaway, but it's a different way to discover that quite clearly, isn't it? That
it is.
How present it is. Just quickly, you mentioned before about having to draw, and it initially made you feel a little bit nervous. And maybe you went into, I don't know how to draw, or is this going to be right or wrong?
Yeah, then I was thinking, what's the judgment? I don't think that, all that fear of being judged. Or what if, what if the thing I'm drawing doesn't make sense? And then I'm thinking, I'll let go of all that. And then I just sort of really just got into it. I had the relaxing music on, and so then I just sort of put that aside and just went in.
I think from memory, you kind of got lost into it a little bit and got taken away a little bit emotionally with part of the process yourself.
Oh yes, I know. Yeah, I did actually. Yeah,
so I do really. I guess you just got lost in the process after all.
Yeah. It was it was good. Yeah, I did. It actually brought me to tears. Actually, yeah, I remember. Yeah. So yeah.
But all, it wasn't that scary, right? Was it enjoyable?
It wasn't scary. No, it's actually it was actually a good way to connect to yourself. What's important to me. It's what is important for me, and it's sort of like connecting with my emotions in a way. Yeah.
Beautiful.
It was it was a joyful experience. Yeah. I became aware of things that I may still need to work on, but it wasn't. As you know, you've got to be aware of something to be able to change it. So awareness is everything.
That's it. That's the first step, right? Before you can see what you
need. And I suppose the thing that brought me to emotion was the thing that I'd actually really changed a big thing for me. So it was tears of joy. Like it's wow. It actually took me back to the flashback of my journey, and how incredible it is to put the changes in place and get what you want out of your life. Yeah. So it was.
But what's interesting is that while you were drawing it, you didn't know what books we're going to explore, in what sort of aspect will it relate to, and it
was not at all.
What we found out later, didn't it? Which led me to the next question. So, what was your biggest takeaway from the whole thing? I mean, now it's been 2 weeks. Would you say that these 2 weeks maybe help things land a little bit more for you, or have a different perspective or deeper perspective?
So I'm sort of questioning myself. Hold on a minute, what am I doing here? Questioning what my thinking is, what my behavior pattern is. I suppose one of the things that stood out doing the exercise was, you know, I don't like it when I'm not in bloom. It's like, yeah, so you know, so you helped me, made me aware that it's actually, you know, sometimes we just need to, you know, you know, to lay quiet and take our food, and you know, and as a flower needs water and food, and you know, and I mean, my flower I drew was a peony, so they do close up at night time, you know, so it was about, it's okay to do that. It's not, it's, you don't have to be blooming all the time. It was like, so it was about self-acceptance. Yeah, so I became aware of, where am I not accepting myself? It's okay to accept myself even when I'm not in full bloom, and just feeling on, you know, yeah, just, you know, I'm allowed to have those other emotions as well, not just those absolute joyous blooming moments. Yeah.
Yes. Wow, that's wonderful.
Yeah,
Yes.
so I had a lot more self-acceptance around that as well, actually. Yeah, became aware. Yeah.
That's great.
You
I'm
know,
so
that
glad that you've come to it, because that was personally my experience as well. And across the board, I feel that's the biggest takeaway for people, because it's your own self-acceptance, because we try
yeah,
so much
absolutely.
to kind of
Yeah,
present ourselves in different ways so people would like us, in different roles, in different places,
that's right.
in different
Yeah,
environments.
yeah,
But if we don't accept all these parts of ourselves, the good, the bad, the evil, the ugly, the pretty, you know, all of it, we all have them, right?
yeah,
But it's
yeah.
would you agree that this is like you said, that process kind of leads you to accept that yourself? Because, you know, I didn't say that, you didn't say that, it was kind of, it was just there, it was just is.
Well, it is, and you know, we're all drawn to a flower in bloom. Oh wow, look at that flower in bloom, you know, and we don't sort of acknowledge the process. You know, who tended to that, who grew that from a seed, you know, who watered it, who fed it. You know, there was a journey, there was a process to that flower blooming. And probably I looked inside myself as well, as where do I look to just only see things that are blooming, you know, where am I not acknowledging somebody's growth? You know, they're inch by inch, you know, raising from a seed, you know, to growing to a plant. You know,
Yeah,
it's yeah. So
that's
you know,
wonderful. Yeah.
yeah, it's, yeah. So it's acknowledging everyone on their you know, and other people on their journey. You know, they don't have to be in full bloom to be of any value. You know, it's acknowledging their growth, acknowledging my little growths, and model, and yeah, and acknowledging someone else's growths too.
Fantastic. Thank you so
Yeah.
much. Thank you for your time today, Tracie. I really appreciate it. And I'll see you again soon.
Okay, thank you, Maya. Thank you
Thank
for your
you.
help.
Bye.
Thanks.